Hello, everybody. I've been mad busy today, so the video is a bit late now. You try not to get too carried away with stuff, too carried away with things, you know. And today, being July 5th, 2022, I woke up and we were told that CERN was being powered up, and I've been feeling incredibly positive all day. I've been feeling very creative. I've got a lot of things done, and I know and honestly, I had woken up feeling really relaxed and very pleasant. And it wasn't until a couple of hours later I went, oh, it's July 5th. It's CERN Day. The Hadron Collider's powered up even more. And I actually feel terribly relaxed and I feel really good. And I did a video with Neil MacDonald this morning promoting our conference and book and film for September, and it just went really nice. And uh, you say to yourself, you try to think to yourself, like, well, have they switched me back to my old timeline before it got fractured and all this madness happened? And sure enough, I see people that I haven't seen in years appearing on my news feed, and their names appearing there. I was like, what the heck, the fuck, you know? And just really bizarre, just really fucking bizarre. And I just don't know what to say. It's like, you know, there was one of the. I spoke to the day about that I do believe there's something to the Mandela effect, whatever that is. And someone sent me an email saying, "Oh, Mandela, you're mixing up Nelson Mandela with Steve Biko." Did not once in that name mentioned Nelson Mandela and that thing. I've always known that was I've always known he died when they said he died, and I always knew about Steve Biko. I was just using the term Mandela effect to give the popular term. It should really be called something like uh, cohesive parallel timelines or something like that. Or that's actually a good one. Or parallel timelines phenomena. And we're actually running in two timelines at once. There was a good thread on the BR313 group started by a lady called Ashley about the Publishers Clearinghouse check, and Ed McMahon used to do these ads on American TV. I remember seeing them myself, and it was kind of like a running joke where he'd have a giant check. And Snopes even said it didn't exist, but yet there's videos saying it did. And from him, and then from other TV shows referencing it. And it's like it's like a jug. It almost feels like we're juggling between these two parallel realities now, that they are coming back together. Do you remember when I said, like, my theory was that they were split in two around probably by 9/11, and there's been other fractures since that point on, and the last one was 2019. 2019, I had this enormous sense that something wasn't right, that there was something didn't feel right in the world. There was it was just, there was like the sense of unease, and to be quite honest with you, that has been going on until today. And I don't know if it's a psychosomatic thing, a placebo thing or something, but honestly, the last lingering vestiges of that feeling have gone today. I don't know what that's about, but it's like I'm starting to really believe that CERN does do something to timelines, and what they call the Mandela effect is actually real, and we're actually seeing the two timelines at once now. Where this is where before the you may say maybe some people have seen one, and some people saw another. You know, they were still experiencing the unfractured timeline, or perhaps we are in the unfractured timeline, and the prevailing timeline is the fractured one. It's the spin off, like it went off for a bit and now it's coming back. And hence why the average person doesn't have the same. They say, oh, it's just false memory, or they have a different memory than us. I think the fact that you're aware of the Mandela effect actually makes you have control over it. And I think this awareness of it is probably now starting to fuse the two of them back together. That's the impression I got watching that video, reading those things and watching those videos about the Ed McMahon Publishers Clearinghouse, that we were actually seeing two timelines at the same time. And like I said, suddenly out of the blue today, I see a person in town that I haven't seen in probably 5 or 6 years. And it was like they were never away. And also, then I see some people whose names appeared online in my newsfeed that I haven't seen in years. And they suddenly show up. It's almost like the timelines are correcting themselves. It's really interesting. It's a really interesting thing that it's like the fracture split off and now it's coming back together again. What that means, I don't know, but I definitely can tell you that things have, like things have definitely been weird for a long time in society, and I felt it really ramping up in late 2019. Late 2019, August, September, October, November, and December, I felt like somebody, I really felt like, and I was being hexed by someone, but I really felt it was more than that. I felt like someone was shoving a huge knife slowly in my back and relishing in it. I really felt that, and I couldn't figure out who it was, but it was like I could feel that there was this plan to fucking take me down that was unraveling in the background. I could feel it as clear as day, and that like a kind of a dark betrayal was actually ensuing, and not like a harmless or innocent betrayal, but an actually planned, dark, vicious one that was deliberately being done on purpose. And I could feel it. I could feel it as clear as anything. And it was also around the same time that I noticed all the weird, the freaky, weird things in society, the distorted Cenobites, the freaks starting showing up on all these TikTok and all these other things, the strangeness of the world we live in today, the sort of like, I don't know, the nuncification of society. It all started to ramp up around then, the final quarter of 2019, and I think that was the last big fracture. And I know I spoke to a lot of people, and they tell me that they had a terrible time in 2019. It was an awful year, awful, and so that I had this whole thing years ago. It was 2008. Well, that's still true. The 2008 to 2009 was a poisonous year, crossover. And I feel the same way about 2019, not so much 2020, because I had a good time in 2020. I actually visited countries I'd never been to, and I got a lot done. And I started 313, and people like Jason and Timothy came into my life, and some other friends as well that I have now that are like, that's brilliant. So 2020 was fantastic for me. But and my audience just started to shoot up. I got, subscribers were coming in by the thousands. But yeah, and it now feels like it's now merging back. And it feels like there's this calmness I feel now. You could throw any kind of shit you wanted out there, but it makes you wonder if CERN has finally fixed the damage it did to reality with its last messing around. Something like that. And the two timelines, there's no way that thing is just about the Higgs boson, because that thing is absolute, the money that's poured into it. It's this, it's almost like it's the Manhattan Project and the Apollo moon mission put together. And you don't spend that kind of money just to see a Higgs boson. There's bigger games at stake. So I'm be very interested to see how you feel today. Me, I feel positive, a sense of nostalgia, a sense of calmness, a sense of creativity, and a sense of things are moving again. The world is, there's a bit more traction now in terms of the things you want to achieve in life. So there we go, concerning cohesion between all parallel timelines. That's much better than the Mandela effect. I think that's a much better name for it. The cohesion, the parallel timelines cohesion phenomena. But they're not really cohesion because they're different. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, wow. I'd love to hear how you feel today and what your theories on this is. But hey, I'm feeling pretty cool. Okay, take care. Bye.